Okay. Good afternoon, class.
Good
Okay,
afternoon,
so
ma'am.
good afternoon. For today's lesson, we will discuss about the adverbs of frequency. Okay, so before that, do we have any absentees, Agatha?
None, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. So let's proceed. So for today's lesson, we should be able to discuss the following. First, the introduction. Next, the classifications of adverbs of frequency, which are the definite and the indefinite frequency. Next, we have the rules and conditions for the placement of adverbs of frequency. And lastly, we should have the following exercises, okay? So first, let us have the first set of sentences using adverbs of frequency. So for the first sentence, we have, can you please read this one? Anyone?
Ma'am,
Yes, Agatha.
she always sets her alarm.
Okay, next. Can
The
someone
class,
please read the next? Okay.
the class secretary sometimes arrives late in class.
Okay, thank you, Agatha. Can you please tell me where's the adverb of frequency used in the first sentence? Anyone? Just try to guess.
Volunteer, ma'am.
Okay, go, Agatha.
In the first sentence, I think the adverb of frequency that was used is always.
Okay. And
And
for the
in the
next
second,
sentence?
sometimes, ma'am. Sometimes.
Yes, that's right. So, yes, that's correct. We used always and sometimes for the first set of sentences. Now, let's proceed to the second set. I will read this, and as you can see, I already underlined the adverbs of frequency used. So, I used the same set of sentences, but I just changed the adverbs of frequency. She sets her alarm every night, and the class secretary rarely arrives late in class. What did you notice for the from the first set of sentences into the second set of sentences? Anyone? Um, okay, I will answer the first. In our first set of sentences, which is she always sets her alarm, and in the second is she sets her alarm every night. Um, on the second set, I used a more specific adverb of frequency, while the second, sometimes and rarely are just both. There's no specific time frame, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are all examples of adverbs of frequency. Now, what is adverbs of frequency? Adverbs of frequency, or also known as adverbs of time, it describes how often or how frequent the action happens. Here are some examples or the most common used adverbs of frequency. First is always, which happens 100%. When we say always, it happens all the time, okay? Usually, which is 90%, frequently and often, which happens only 70%, sometimes 50%, occasionally 30%, rarely and seldom 20%, and never, which is 0% or it never happened. So there are two classifications of adverbs of frequency. The first one is definite adverbs of frequency. When we say definite, it describes an event that occurs in a definite time, or it gives a specific time frame such as daily, weekly, yearly, annually, monthly, okay? While in indefinite adverbs of frequency, it doesn't specify an in an exact time frame such as sometimes, rarely, often, usually, and always. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So there
ma'am.
are rules and conditions. Okay, thank you. There are rules and conditions in the position or placement of adverbs of frequency in each sentences. So we have here, if we it says that in the first rule, if there is only one verb used, the adverb of frequency should be placed in the middle of the sentence before the verb. Later, I will give you some examples, okay? So for the next rule or condition, if we use more than one verb, the adverb of frequency should be placed before the main verb. So if if there's only one verb, it should be before the verb. While if we use more than one or two verbs, the adverbs of frequency should be placed in the before the main verb. Okay. Then next, we should use adverbs of frequency after the five forms of the verb be, which are, am, is, was, and were. Next, we can also use the adverbs of frequency in the beginning of the sentences to put more emphasis on the time. And lastly, we can also use the adverbs of frequency at the end of the sentences. So here are some examples of the conditions. So first, if there's only one verb used, it says that the adverbs of frequency should be placed in the middle before the verb. So an example is June seldom plays the piano. Seldom is our adverb of frequency and play is our verb. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. Next,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, thank you. If there are more than one verb, it should be placed before the main verb. So, in our example sentence, they have often practiced for the event. Our first verb here is have, then our adverb of frequency is often, then our main verb is practice. Is it clear to you or are you confused?
Ma'am, can you repeat it po?
Okay. If there is only one verb used, the adverb of frequency will be placed before the verb. But if there are two verbs involved, the adverb of frequency should be placed before the main verb. In our sample sentence, we have here we have the first verb which is have, then our adverb of frequency often, then our main verb is practice. Did you see that?
Okay po, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. Next, we have, oh, I'm sorry for that. Okay, next is after the five forms of the verb be, which are the following are, am, is, was, and where. It says in the sample that Anne is constantly checking her phone. So Anne is our subject. Is one of the five forms of the verb be, and constantly is our adverb of frequency, and checking is the verb. Is this one clear to you?
Opo, ma'am.
Okay, okay, that's good. Next, to put an emphasis, it should be placed in the beginning. So just like that. Example, every night as our adverb of frequency, every night Francesca does her skincare routine. Is this one clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And lastly, at the end of the sentence, we should put an emphasis on the adverb of frequency in the last sentence. So, what is in the last example? What is our adverb of frequency in the last example?
Ma'am?
Okay, that's right. Do you have any questions about the rules and the conditions of the placement of adverb of frequency?
None so far po.
Okay, that's good. Then let us have our first oral activity. So I will provide some sentences and you have to give me or state if it is a definite or indefinite frequent adverb of frequency rather. Did you get it? Just say if it's definite or indefinite, okay? So for our first sentence, anyone?
Indefinite, ma'am.
Abigail? Okay, Kyla. What can you please read the sentence first?
Angeline rarely goes to the dentist. Indefinite.
Okay, let's see if it is indefinite. Okay, that's right. It is indefinite adverb of frequency. The adverb of frequency used is rarely. Okay, next. Anyone from the class?
Agata po.
Okay, Agatha.
Tracy never gives up on her exam.
Okay,
Indefinite
what is the
adverb
answer?
po. Indefinite adverb.
Okay, what was the adverb used?
Never.
Okay, that's right. Next, Abby, can you please read this one? State the adverb use and state if it is definite or indefinite.
The lady visits the house weekly.
Okay,
Uh, Definite.
okay. What is the adverb used?
Weekly.
Okay, that's right. What about the fourth one? Any volunteer?
Ma'am,
Okay, Miss Buenaventura.
every weekend, to kill the time, my mom and I watch movies.
Okay,
It's definite adverb of frequency, ma'am.
okay, because we used every weekend, which is specific. Last, Hannah is usually asking her parents for their permission. What is the answer?
Ma'am.
Okay, Miss
Ma'am.
Amali? Yes.
Indefinite adverb of frequency.
Okay, that's right. Okay, it seems like you already know what is the difference between indefinite and definite adverb of frequency. Now, as for your first exercise, I want you to list down 5 definite adverbs of frequency and 5 indefinite adverbs of frequency, and please use them in a sentence to check whether you really to check if you really understand the difference between the two. So I want you to send your answers in the G class that I will post in our group chat, and you will be given. Is 5 minutes enough, or do you want me to extend the time?
Extend po, ma'am.
Okay, let's. I will give you 10 minutes. I guess that's enough. 10 minutes will
Yes,
do,
ma'am.
right? Okay, I will
Opo.
give you 10 minutes to do the first exercise, and make sure to send your answers in our Google Classroom. Okay, you can. Wait. Okay, okay. You can send your answers now. Your 10 minutes starts now. Do the first exercise. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me, okay?
Ma'am, question po.
Yes.
Is it okay if we're going to repeat the same word?
As long as you do not have the same word for the definite and another different set of words for indefinite.
Okay po.
Okay. There are lots actually. Don't forget to send your answers in our Google Classroom, guys. Ha? Okay, 5 minutes left. Are you almost done, guys?
Indefinite pa po, ma'am.
Okay, just take your time. Last 1 minute, class. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about the others? Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it looks like everybody's done. So let's proceed to the second exercise. Okay. So for our second exercise, here are some random words. I want you to arrange them into their proper order of words according to the rules or conditions we discussed earlier. So there are five. Arrange them, and the adverbs of frequency must be placed properly. And I want you to also write if the given or used adverbs of frequency is definite or indefinite. Is that fine with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this will be done in a 1/2 sheet of paper. You just have to take a picture of your answers, then send it in our G class. Okay, you will be given another 5 to 10 minutes to finish this second exercise. Okay? So just arrange the random and jumbled words according to the conditions of placement of adverbs of frequency. Okay? Your 10 minutes starts now. Okay? I'm receiving your answers now. Okay, it looks like everybody's done since I received all your answers in our G class. So, for your information, I already prepared the answers. So, for the first item, here is the answer. Here is the correct answer, and the other one is also accepted. Okay? And for the second one, third, and the fourth, and the fifth item. So, do you have any questions about the discussion?
None so far po, ma'am.
What about the others? Abby, do you have any questions or clarifications about the discussion?
None po.
Okay, if there are none, then thank you for listening and attending our discussion for today. That's all. So here are the reference I used. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po.